Take one. To communicate.
Just the occasional pressing of buttons.
Let's do those down. It's a nice little thing, huh?
It's a slice of life.
What shark infested that man says?
I'm sorry about that.
You understand? I'll have you arrested.
Just a minute.
Enough is enough.
The sound turned down.
Take two.
Now look what they've gone and done.
Really? Something that they never really captured, something that should be captured, something that everyone does.
Enough is enough.
We can't stand each other.
Then suddenly, I felt like a Midi. The sound turned down.
Imagination. Creative imagination.
Depression. Hey, this next bit you sound a prepared performance where things are set up. But let me go on.
Close your eyes. Inside.
I love you, son. You know that, right?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You want me to show you?
Yeah. All you have to do?
What do you mean?
What is it?
Do
Take one.
the sound turned down.
Take one. To communicate.
Just the occasional pressing of buttons.
Let's do those down. It's a nice little thing, huh?
It's a slice of life.
What shark infested that man says?
I'm sorry about that.
You understand? I'll have you arrested.
Just a minute.
Enough is enough.
The sound turned down.
Take two.
Now look what they've gone and done.
Really? Something that they never really captured, something that should be captured, something that everyone does.
Enough is enough.
We can't stand each other.
Then suddenly, I felt like a Midi. The sound turned down.
Imagination. Creative imagination.
Depression. Hey, this next bit you sound a prepared performance where things are set up. But let me go on.
Close your eyes. Inside.
I love you, son. You know that, right?
Hello. It's been a couple days. It's been about a week since we last streamed. Today we're going to be remixing. There's, that new Taylor Swift song, Anti-Hero. I'm going to try to remix it for some TikTok clout. And, yeah, I've got the vocal stem right here. I was able to extract it using a little bit of Ozone 8, or not Ozone, whatever the hell the audio repair suite is, whatever. that thing from Isotope, and was able to pull out the vocals. I have all the other instruments here as well, but we're probably not gonna use those, to be honest. I'm mostly gonna use this vocal stem. But the first thing I want to do is just start by making simple backbeat. In the original, they use a lot of actually really don't like the drums in this. So it's just a very simple beat, right? And the drum samples they picked are okay. It works for the song, but I don't like them on their own, which is fine. I mean, so long as it works for the song, that's all that really matters. So we're going to go ahead and start messing with it, though. We're going to go over to Native Instruments and grab Battery. If you know me at this point, I'm pretty much using Battery on every single track. What I do. We'll wait for this to load. There it is. Let's go ahead. We're going to grab my user kits. Let's see what we can find that's a little bit out there. I don't want this to be super. That is a good dubstep. You know what, though? I am noticing you have, I hate these Logic Mix. I know that they're really useful a lot of the time, and I know that there's a way to turn them off, but I'm just never going to do it. So I don't know why. Don't want to change it. So go ahead and look around for a nice kick. Data benders. Some grimy stuff in there. That's weird. Interesting. All right. Definitely don't want to use any of those. They are pretty cool though. So let's go down. EDM's kick. I've used some stuff out of there pretty often. Where am I? Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with that. What does that look like on the? What does that look like? It's a pretty high-rooted kick. So let's see if we can bring it down a little bit. 2 on that. That's the one we just messed with. Yeah. So that put it more in the 60 hertz range. So that'll work. So first thing we're gonna do is turn it way the hell down because it's way too loud. Okay, so that'll work. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna decide sort of now where I want to go. Go ahead and grab that. Okay, and we're gonna draw this MIDI actually out down at the bottom here. Makes sense. Screen. We've only got one screen. So the way they kind of do it is they have like a drum fill that leads into this. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so I'm gonna do something like that. This would be boom, boom. Yeah. So boom, 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 boom. Yeah. All right. This is gonna be the basic pattern. Boom, boom, boom. Right. So I feel like we'll change it up in a minute, but let's go ahead and first just get the basic pattern down. They're only gonna do it 7 times, I believe. 8. Done. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So that's how that's gonna go. Boom, boom. I want to have some sort of like little zip in there. So, how do I want to go about that? Okay. So the easiest way is I'm gonna go ahead. What I don't like about Battery, but we're just gonna see if we can muscle. So battery has, when you start doing multiple voices very quick and you have it set to you have it set in mono mode instead of polyphonic mode. Because when you do something like a kick, you don't want to have kicks laying on top of each other. That's just going to get messy. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a zip of, my gosh. We have a zip of quick. So in order to do that, quick. There are faster ways to do this, but when you're only doing one, it doesn't really matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a velocity ramp up into that note. And I don't know if we're going to like where we put it here yet, but can't hurt to just have it, and then we can copy and paste wherever we want. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. Oh, that worked pretty smoothly. We're at a good, we must be at a good tempo that it works well. Normally I work, I guess, at a faster tempo. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag and drop that around in a couple different places. So like I don't even like it there. Well, actually, that's because I'm stupid. Okay, so we're going to have it lead in this first time because that's the big, when it comes back in. Ding, 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 boom, 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 boom. Maybe we put it there. First thing we're going to do, let's join all of it. Okay. So I kind of liked it right there. So let's beatboxing it out. It felt like it would be right to put it there. And it does not feel right here. So that, and then we probably want to have it again right before the very end. Because there's that last kick drum. Got, for sake of boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that's gonna work for me. Okay, so let's go ahead. That kick is pretty, it's got a lot of low end to it. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take this, copy it, and I'm gonna open up another instance of battery. There's a very specific kick that I like to use as a stopper. That there is one in the little high-end gun. Go ahead and take that, and we're just gonna. Yep. Okay. So the reason that that wasn't making stereo, and I should. Yeah. Okay, so that's got a lot of high end to it instantly. What we're gonna do is just bring that down. There we go. Okay, I like where that's going. So let's go ahead and find ourselves nasty snare. A lot of good options out there that we can use. So got here. Nope, I don't like it. No, right away. There's some good stuff in there, but I think we can do better than that. Let's go ahead and open up these. I hate these the most, more than any of them. Okay, so we're going to have to go somewhere else to get these samples because I don't have them preloaded. So let's go ahead over Steven Slate. Slate Drums has a bunch of stuff. So go use their seismic kit. Yeah, there's great stuff in here. Okay. So this is, I know, super interesting content. That's a pretty good one. We could probably go get away with that. What note? There we go. Okay. Go ahead and play that in really quick. Super interesting. That sounds very boring. Okay, so what can we do to spice that up and make it a lot more interesting? So let's go ahead and start trying to do that. Okay, first thing we're going to do, because it bothers me a lot, is I'm just going to fix the note length. It's going to be, I'm just going to make everything a quarter, right? 16th note. All right. I want to have like a ding, ding right there. We got to find a second snare that we like. Ooh, there's some good little rim shots in there. That was cool. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, I'm definitely liking these little guys right here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm gonna cut that in half. Yeah, okay, that's all right. I want that to be a 64th note though. That would sound better. So let's go ahead and do our little velocity ramp trick. Not really a trick, it's just making a velocity ramp. And we're gonna go ahead and do that. And let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, okay. I want to do dun, 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 dun. So let's see. That's okay. I kind of don't want to mess around with it on the 30-second level. Yes. Yes. Okay. I like where that's going. That's a fun little fill. So what we're going to do is, because okay, so got, so we're going to want to, for ease of my own confusion, let's just, because I'm sick of messing, go ahead and we're going to make this so that you see all 8 bars. Because right now, what I just did is I drew in a really neat fill, put it in. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and add some more shots because they're cool. Maybe do one of these guys. Yeah, something like that. Okay. It's like a small fill. Okay, so that's pretty neat. I'm digging that. And then we're gonna go ahead and yep. Okay, and then the next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is I'm actually gonna break this up a little bit. So our mix window. This we're gonna make a second channel, and we're gonna open that up. We're gonna go to battery, and let's go find our little rim shots. So right here. Okay, so these two we're actually gonna go ahead and output direct out to 3 and 4. This way they have their own channel when mixing, right? Kind of see right down here. We've got kick low, high, snare, and then we've got, this is going to be rim shot. Okay. And so what's nice is that we're going to be able to process those separately, right? The other thing we're going to be able to do is we're going to take, make this. Okay, so these two we're going to take and we're going to put them inside of their own little group. That way they're not within the kick. This will mean that they are monophonic within themselves. So one will always choke the other. The reason being is just so that, you know, their tails aren't ringing out on top of each other. And it isn't really going to matter at all unless we're in those kind of zippy, you know, 64th note territories, which is fine. Okay, so next thing we're going to do, got that. Let's go ahead and go find some big chunky toms, because I kept, when I was hearing that song right when it came back in, I kept wanting to go doom, 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 you know, like have this big tom roll back into the actual chorus. So I think what we're going to do to get those, there's in Stylus, there's some good stuff. Their drums are a little outdated, especially the loops and whatever, but there's just some stuff in there that's like undeniably good, and one of those things is toms. I use them all the time. The other thing that's really good in there is the claps. Actually, I'm just lying. Everything in here is good. It's just the loops and the breakbeats and whatever. All that stuff sounds very outdated. But if you start going through and like, I use the claps a lot. There's over where the tom. Yeah, the toms I use pretty frequently. There's some great sounding ones in there. So let's go ahead and see what we can make in that. Because we just need a single tom fill in that kind of goes with that one snare hit. So let's go find some. I always use those guys. Not even gonna lie. Use them constantly. Let's try that. Okay, so we're gonna have a tom roll right into. Okay, that's cool, but also extraordinarily boring. So let's have a nice little roll into it. Right? And the other thing we're going to do with it is vary it a lot, right? I usually like it. That feels pretty fun. And let's go ahead and add in maybe one or two other little... Go ahead and do this. Maybe something like that. That could be fun. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and open up Stylus again. I think that's a good sounding tom, but let's shorten up that release. Because there's a lot of reverb on those in the samples. It doesn't need that. At least not too much. There we go. Okay. So that's definitely where I want it to be. See where we're at. So here's where we're at. We're going to be remixing that Taylor Swift song. And here's where we're at so far. I'm just doing drums. It's super basic at the moment because we're starting from zero, you know. So far we've got a decent little backing beat right here. And I think that's probably good for the moment. We're gonna add a ton more stuff, but I think we can do a little bit of chord writing and stuff like that. So where does that go? Okay. Where to do like okay. So let's just diddle around until we find where we want to go. Actually, what we're going to do is look up the chord progression because I do not feel like doing it. Okay. So let's see what it is. Okay. Where my Chrome boys at? All right. Google Chrome. Okay. This is going to be very boring because you're not going to see anything on screen. But let's go ahead and look up. Anti-hero chords. There's definitely somebody who's already figured it out who's not me. Okay. Me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. So let's see if their chords are correct. So they say the first chord is an A. So okay, and so what key is this in? What key are we in? I think we are in, looks like E major. Okay. So it's me. That's going to be an A major chord. Okay, so start on A major. Yeah. Then we're going to go to B major. And that one's going to yeah, so that one's going to be C minor. Then we're going to go back to A. Then we're going to go back to E major. I know this is super interesting, but yeah, and that's definitely the rhythm of that. You guys hear that? I can't. So loud today. He brought me a toy that we. Oh, come here. Mm. Okay. Back to it. Now that Susie has joined us. Okay, and then what do we got next? Oh gosh. Okay, there's the window. Sorry you couldn't see, but doesn't matter. Okay. The next chord. Yeah, so then we're gonna be the B chord again. D sharp minor. Yeah, and it looks like it's just gonna keep cycling through that. So that's fine. So let's go ahead and just duplicate it. Okay. So I think we can do some interesting stuff with this. So let's go ahead and make a second MIDI track. We're going to make this the bass part. We're going to start with just a simple sort of like 808 thump, you know, for the low notes. Because we wanted to have an idea of the original chord progression. Yep. We're going to go ahead and actually put these down into 16th notes. And let's go ahead and open up Brilliant. Okay, so I use this all the time. It's by Spectrasonics. It has just some really good bass presets in there that I use as subwaves and starting points and everything. So we've got here. Yeah, that's just like an instant 808. Perfect. Okay. So the other thing we're going to do is we're going to bring this up here, actually. Up closer to the drums. And Susie. Just has zoomies right now. Okay, so we're actually going to take this bass line right here. And we're going to sidechain it to our kick. We're going to send the kick over bus 1, because that one's always available for whatever reason. And go ahead and delete that. What that does now is anything that I have to set receive signal from bus 1 is going to receive the kick. So what we'll go ahead and do is we'll open up a noise gate on it. And we're going to set this to sidechain the kick. Now, anytime the kick happens, it's going to duck the volume on our bass, which is super standard. You always want that. Just keeps everything nice and clean in your low end. Let's see what that sounds like. Now we'll tweak some of the settings, right? So that way we can get it to fit better in the mix. And those chords are loud. So let's see. You want the kick and bass to kind of blend into one thing, right? We're getting there. The other thing is that the bass is a little loud at the moment. So let's see what this sounds like. And our kick is actually going to be pretty high. So let's bring this guy down. At that point, we're getting pretty close to this thing sounding like one consistent voice, which is what we want. Yeah. Okay. So that's pretty much sitting exactly where I wanted it to. Neato. Okay, so we'll put away the mix window. Okay, so now what we're going to do is these chords are extraordinarily blah. I'm going to on to them separate track just so that we have them for reference if we need them. So you know, we're probably not going to actually use these chords. I'm going to keep them as reference. We've also here, this is our bass now. I'll often just as, you know, it's a lot better if you label things as you're doing them so you're not just like looking at a list of like, oh, what is all this shit? So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, make it one thing, and we're going to really mess with and reharmonize it. So right now we've got a and then an E. So we can go pretty crazy with this. I'm going to start. I just want something that has an A in it. It almost doesn't matter what chord it is, other than what her. If we listen to what's happening right there, but we could experiment with that quite a bit. So, okay. How do I want to do this? Let's try making this like a D chord. So. Or should we be lazy and just do extended harmonies? I think we're going to do that. And then we're going to yeah, let's do that. Okay. So, start with an A. Let's go ahead and be lazy. Add the major 7th. And the 9th. And, you know, while I'm thinking about it right here, let's just go ahead and take every bass note, bring it down an octave, your root note, bass note, bring those down an octave. Only reason being it's just going to make it better for spread voicing later. And just so we're aware of what the bass is doing at the time. So I want this to be, and then let's go ahead and throw a 4th in there. So that would be, the 4th would be an A. So let's go put an A up here. Yeah, and then let's go. Nice. Okay. And so we're going to have that walk down. I feel like that'll sound good. Into the 3rd. Yeah, and we don't need this low E. We can actually bring it up an octave. Okay, and so this next chord, this is our B major. So let's go ahead and add. I actually think maybe we'll bring the 5th down into the low, into the bass, which is like, I know it's cursed, but F5. So this would be a dominant 7th. We can definitely swing the 6th though. Yeah. That's nice spread voicing. Okay. Now let's go ahead and bring that 5th back down. What chord is this? This is C sharp minor. Yep. Okay. And then this is a C sharp. Bad. Makes sense. Very moody. Which I don't want just, I don't know why, it just feels right. See what that says. A lot of yeah, okay. I like that better. All right. So, okay. We're back here at our A. This time, let's make this a ninth. So, yeah, okay. I like where that is. Let's bring this fifth down into the bass. And have sixth there. Walk down to the fifth, right? And then that's going to hold out because we're going into an E chord right here. So this way, that note can sort of sustain itself. Yeah, okay. Like where that is going. Let's go ahead and add ninth that comes in right sort of end. I want to have sort of in the spread, like let's keep that sixth going. Never mind, let's not keep sixth going. Let's see where we're at. Okay, I'm probably gonna get sized or something. All right. Yeah, okay. Yes, okay, I don't know why I like that. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some more variation and spice in this voice. So this is our B major chord. Let's bring our fifth on there. And let's go ahead and add dominant seventh in right there. Not do that. Let's make it a six. Let's not do that either. But ninth. A nice mood. Okay. And I like that fifth being on top, so let's make everything else down lower. Let's go ahead and add fifth. Yeah. Go ahead and add six. Not? Maybe let's do the seventh. Yeah, I like the sound of that better. Okay, so where are we at? Okay, so that's pretty good. That's our first phrase. And let's go down to second phrase. Let's start messing with that chords again. Major 7 and an add. Yeah. Bit of a major 7. Let's go 6. Yes, this way we get a good 16. It has good voice leading. The E is still the same, going down, and sharp, an E. We could keep that in as a ninth. Feels kind of sustained. And we'd go down to the octave. Sure. That's what, that way we're going back to the root. And then I think also when we do that, let's get a suspended fourth right. Just adds a little bit of motion up into that next note. Never mind. You could do that. I don't know that I like it. Maybe what we'll do is move that bass down too. Yeah, so this becomes now, okay, so we have this weird passing chord, which we now need to figure out. This became an A add 9 somehow. And what we're going to do is we're going to throw a fat E right in the center of it. Help ground it as still part of that E chord. Or not. That sounds cool, then. Like an F sharp. Yeah. Okay. So, let's go ahead. Fill out this chord a little bit. This is our B. 6. Oh, that is. Something's very wrong. Yeah, that's what's. I should be. Oops. I should have known that. We'll put the 9th in there. I'll put the 9th in there. It'll be a nice walk up to something, you know? 5th in the bass, that way it's consistent. And let's go ahead and give this something high on the top. It's just 5th though, it's so. Yeah, okay, that's fine, but we need something to walk up to that here. And let's bring it back down. But while we're doing that, let's leave this chord where it goes. Getting there. Getting there, getting there, getting there. We're almost done with this part. 9th in. 7th in there. And let's throw in 3rd. I want to do like a dun-dun-dun. So in order to do this, we're going to walk up the high voice and walk down the low voice to really get a good spread. Make that G the same. Yeah. And then let's go ahead. What was this at? That's our 7th right there. So we're going to walk that down to a 6th. That should fix it. But basically just all we did was we brought the chord out. Spread it out a little bit. Probably make this. Okay, and then so this would be our last chord, right? Okay. This would be B, fifth down there, a 6 up there. That zoom function. All right. Really high. Okay. And let's go ahead and throw in the 7th. Gonna end on that. I don't think it ends on anything actually, because anti-hero, it doesn't. Okay, so let's see where we're at. That's pretty neat so far. The only thing I don't like is this little guy right here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm happy with where that's at. So that's our, I guess let's go. Level 2 jazz and a bunch of extensions. But we kept the same chord progression. So go ahead. 50 minutes. Take a quick break while I decide on a direction. I will be right back.
Take 1 to communicate.
Just the occasional pressing of buttons.
Let's do it how it's down. It's a nice little thing, huh?
It's a slice of life.
What shark infested that man says?
I'm sorry about that.
You understand? I'll have you arrested.
Just a minute.
Enough is enough.
The sound turned down.
Take 2.
Now look what they've gone and done.
Really? Something that they've never really captured, something that should be captured, something that everyone does.
Enough is enough.
We can't stand each other.
Then suddenly, I felt like a movie. The sound turned down.
Imagination. Creative imagination.
Depression. Take this next bit you sound a prepared performance where things are set up. But let me go on.
Close your eyes. Decide.
I love you. You know,
Take one. To communicate.
Just the occasional pressing of buttons.
Let's do those sounds. Down, down, down. It's a nice little thing, huh?
It's a slice of life.
A shark, why shark infested that man's face?
I'm sorry about that.
You understand? I'll have you arrested.
Just a minute.
Enough is enough.
The sound turned down.
All right, so let's jump right back in. I had some ideas. I think what we're going to do is we're going to make this kind of future based. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with we need the bass to move. And instead of this going to E, I want it to go fifth. And in this case, we're gonna oh, I'm sorry, this is the third earlier. And we're going to go up to the fifth again here. And what is this? This is E. Okay, so that cleans up our bass line a little bit. Okay. Excuse me. So the next thing we're going to do is a couple little mixing. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our main snare track and we're going to put it out bus 4. Because there's stuff you can do that's not just side chaining to the kick. So let's go ahead and delete this. What we're going to do is we're going to put 2 gates on these chords. So there's this one here for the kick, right? It's a little dramatic right now. Okay, so that's a little dramatic, but it's good. We want it to be vocals to try to avoid copyright claims. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do one's a little bit weirder, but I think it adds a lot. We're going to take there's a Waves Factory plugin called Track Spacer. Track Spacer is essentially just like a frequency based. There's like 32 bands that'll compress based on the incoming sidechain. We make that our snare. It's going to dip the frequencies down of that synth wherever the snare hit, right? So like yeah, and so okay. So that doesn't sound like much because we're using Rhodes. So let's go ahead and let's open up. I think this is super cool. Or maybe it'll sound like shit. I don't really know. But so let's open up our grab phase plant. We'll grab an analog, put this in unison, spread the hell out of it. And then we're probably going to want to turn this way down. But that's super basic, right? It's just like a hyper saw, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. But I think we can make it a lot more interesting, right? Okay. So the first thing we're going to do. Yeah. Okay. And then so we're going to grab an envelope and we're going to put it to cut off here. Neat. That's moving somewhere cool, but I feel like we can still do more interesting stuff with it. So before we have that happen, let's do this. So I'm going to want some sort of random here, and we're going to apply that to the cutoff of our new notch filter. Smooth it out. We're going to sync it out so that every quarter note it moves, right? That's sounding pretty neat. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab another filter. Why not? Screw. And this time we're going to try an all pass. That up here. Then we're going to go ahead and apply the same random to it, but we're going to opposite direction. That was a quick way for us to add a lot of motion to this, right? That works out pretty well. Okay, I'm liking where this is heading. So let's go ahead. Now that we've got that, there's a little bit too much high end, right? Very, very like super high end. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a filter. So we're going to put it up at like 8K, 9K. Just because like, oops, bump the mic. We straight up do not need anything past like 10K, right? There's arguments to be made that you could, but we're going to use that space for things like cymbals, right? We're going to need hi-hats. We're going to need crash cymbals. We're going to need ride cymbals. Save it for that. So it's sounding kind of thin though, so let's go ahead and beef it the hell out of it with a compressor. And then let's lastly throw an EQ on that, right? See sort of where we're at. We actually also don't need that much low end, right? That's pretty neat. I'm going to try to throw in a little bit more fundamental. I'm going to do that by just grabbing an analog, throw a triangle, and we can change the level, right? So nice. Okay, so now we can mess more with that track spacer a little bit. So we've got it ducking, right, which works really nicely. We can have it do some really cool, like, artifacting, right? Neat. Okay. So it's sounding pretty hype, right? kind of want to rein in that filter. Oh, how do we do? Yeah, okay. So that's I like where this is. Okay. Pretty basic, but in like a good way. I mean, it's gonna work really well with like listening to the vocals. Okay. So we're definitely gonna not need this, right? So we're gonna keep it, mute it. Hi. So we're gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit of that. So like this doesn't need to hold over those first chords. I don't think ever. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I don't think they. Bring those all down to this. Yeah, okay. I like that. So the next thing we're gonna do, I know what do, you know, like have it. So the next thing we're gonna do, I don't want to keep this sub. Right? It's okay, but I want something a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and grab Lucky 106 sub. It's straight up like it's just a sign. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna drag out every one of these to be quarter note. Right. We're gonna take all these and make them half note, whatever. That one should definitely be. Put it there. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do, I definitely want to start messing with the bass's feel, because right now it's just a sine wave, just out of the way, what we want for the moment. Let's go ahead and open up phase plan. Write this bass. So what I want to do is I want to start with user bass preset, right? Something that's not that way too. Okay, so the other thing we're gonna do is we gotta drop this like 2 octaves, right? Yeah. That's like a pretty grimy bass, right? But we gotta decide what we want it to. So in that case, to our sub. Okay. Dude, I want to mirror in the base that little. Okay, then it'll walk up a little bit. Just don't want to get too complicated. Want to dropping that down. Maybe we'll save that for like right before. Something like gotta keep it basic. Okay, this is drop down. Okay. Got this. Okay, so I don't think it. Let's just do this. Sound good. Okay. So we've got something interesting going on. Not too. So let's see what we can do to spice it up. So I definitely want to have a second bass channel. So we're gonna take this. We're gonna that guy go there. Go like whoop 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 whoop, right? Whoop 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 whoop. Yeah. Whoop 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 whoop. Yeah. Do that every bar. So let's make this. I'm not gonna stick with this. Let's start there. We're gonna take that one full bar. The full phrase, not a full bar. Whatever, you catch my meaning. Okay. We're gonna take that. Let's make this less awful. So we're just gonna go ahead and start. Oh man, that's roadie. Can we get away starting there? Maybe. Okay, so let's try that at a minus 12. Okay, so that's too much. Let's make this. Make this guy him 36. Doesn't seem to matter. I think the only thing is we can't have that go to 0. Yeah, that's definitely the direction we want to go. Go with it. Okay, so this is interesting. Oh, let's see what all these effects do. So we're going to start just straight up by muting everything, right? Let's see what our effects are actually. Something I created a million years ago. Can move. Okay, so there's a lot of cool stuff there. Okay, so that's controlling that. This is controlling. Interesting. Now that's set to the phase. That's okay. Weird but cool. I don't know why I would have done that, but I support my own decision. So let's go ahead and let's see what's this. Not bad. Okay with leaving that. Ensemble. It does smooth us out quite a bit. Do like that. Okay, this guy. I hate it, right? And there's another distortion. Don't need that. Let's see, a compressor. Don't need that. Multipass. Okay, so I'm using this to eliminate the low end, which is fine. How much low end am I removing right now? 130 hertz? Okay. I do not really need a ring mod. Okay. That was boring as shit to listen to, but now we can do our wubbies. Right? Yeah, so these ones, they're going to be our wubby boys. So let's just find a tone we like. Let's just find a tone. Okay, we can do something interesting with that. This is a bad LFO, so let's get rid of a lot of it. Doesn't need nearly this many points. There's a lot going on here. The first time I made it, but it doesn't need that. That's just a magnet mode. We're just, yeah. What does that sound like in context? Yeah. Not bad. Okay, I can live with that. Can definitely live. Okay. So what we're going to do is, every time that cuts, split it. Just should it? Yeah, so every time we do this, we're going to take all these little snippets that we threw in here. They're down an octave for whatever reason, so go ahead and throw those up. Okay, and then so this one we can definitely remove, like we can pull out the low end at that point. So let's suck out everything below. The other one was 130 hertz, so let's keep that the same. The other thing we're going to do is as soon as the note kicks out, we're going to... Okay, so that's cool. Go ahead and make our wub sound a little bit cooler, though. Very, very standard. Actually, go ahead and grab the same FM, same waveform. Maybe the second one? Oh, let's do it like that. Yeah, that works. I can live with that. Alright, so let's just do that. And this is like a quick TikTok remix. It doesn't be at the end of the world. Let's see where we're at.
It's me. Hi.
Cool. Okay. Next thing we're gonna do, I want to have some sort of version of these chords where they're constantly dropping, like, you know. We're gonna open up. Go ahead and give that a shot. Over. Okay, so obviously that's just two of the same thing playing. So let's see what we can work with, right? Let's see. Okay, so this is going to be kind of experimental, but let's see. We throw the tape stop on there, right? So we're going to make an envelope. Going to affect the on and off time of this, right? Yeah, okay. We're going to release that release, right? Give that a shot. All right, roll with that. Screw it. Let's see what that sounds like against the original. You know what? I don't hate it. Let's go ahead and compress that. That adds like a shitload of motion and a really cool. We add that to, I think we add that to the other thing. Okay, so let's add that to the bass because that sounded cool. It'd be really neat if they were in sync, right? It has that sort of 2013, you know, there's a vibe. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our bass right here, and I'm just going to throw that same, I'm just going to throw that same, where the heck is tape stop? Throw that same thing on there. We're going to throw up pre-limiter, and we're going to copy the settings. So stop time on that was 8:25. That's close enough. Had this down a little bit, I don't know why. And the start time was set to 60 milliseconds. Replicate that. And then there was a small envelope that was going to trigger the actual effect itself. So we will do that. Start. Not. Okay, we look like we have it set to 100. And then what we have the settings are here are 0. The decay is set to 1 minute and 31 seconds, or 1 second and 31 milliseconds, right? And then we set the sustain to 35%. And we set the release to 25 milliseconds. Unless, did I do that on the wrong faceplane instance? No, I didn't. Okay, so let me hear that. Soloed up. So why is that the case? Why is that happening? Why did it work on that and not the other thing? Because the note... Because this has no... Right. Does this do anything? Let me turn off my envelope. Did I do it in the wrong direction, maybe? Huh. I don't know why that's not working. In theory, that should be working. Try getting rid. Right, so okay, so if we have envelope right here. I'm so confused. Star. If I started in the opposite. Okay, if you started in the off position, right? Okay, so it's working now. Let's hear that with the chords. That's pretty neat. So let's bring in the sub. Part of me wants to copy this over to that sub as well. We do that. Okay. This is going to take a moment, but I think it's going to be super worth it. So let's go ahead and take let's grab over, where is it? Feel hearts. We're going to grab Snap Heap. And what we're going to take is, oh, maybe not Snap Heap. The other one. That's either. Kind of make this, okay, so we can make this envelope 1 match this. So that to minute 31. This was if chain was set to 30 here. Do is we're going to open up our tape stop effect. This was set to like 825, I think. This was set to 60. Off, but we're going to take output here and send it to our sub is doing it now. Sub is not doing it. Okay. Let's see why. Or sub is too consistent, actually. Is there anything different? Yeah, this is like a different baseline. Maybe that's part of what was going on with it. Okay, so I like where this is going a lot. We haven't even touched the vocals really, but got this. Okay, that's pretty sick where we're at. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, we have gate on any of this stuff. Yeah, sick. Okay, so we've got this kind of where we want it. So it sounds kind of douchey, but I think that's the point. So we're just gonna roll with it. And all of our cool little rim shot stuff is kind of getting lost. I'm just honestly gonna delete that. Yeah, I think we're pretty much there. What I want to do next is need to add a hi-hat. I think what I'm going to do is just add like low-key crash cymbal, right? Just to sort of really make this as bombastic as possible. We're going to go ahead and open up Stylus for that. That's where I find all those. I'm going to go over, grab from sound menus, cymbals, all cymbals, hi-fi. Okay. So it's probably going to be super loud, but better. I have to preemptively. Let's start finding some cymbals. So, like, yeah. Yeah. Something like that. Do again here. Yeah. We're We're gonna hit those chinas. Honestly, okay. So let's just grab that again. I don't even think we needed to do the other ones. So round these guys out until the end. That. See how that sounds. Okay, so now I think next thing I want to do is I want to put a hi-hat in there. Something kind of chunky. And the reason being that I want it to just be quarter notes only. So we're going to go ahead and try the seismic hats on for size. Something like that would be all right. Try these. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, so let's. That was that right here. So honestly, let's just keep that rolling. Every once in a while, we'll throw in like a quick roll. Nothing too, you know, intense. A little roll. But yeah, like right there. Maybe for the last, like, right there until the very end, we'll do a. But what we're gonna do with those is just drop them in velocity. And we're gonna go ahead and grab our roll. Do it like this. Yeah, so that'll be our ending. So we're in a pretty good spot for that. Definitely want to have it end, right? I don't even think, instead of just having it hit on this, right? So instead what we're going to do is end it with a kick choked symbol. So in order to do that, I'm just going to duplicate this. There's probably a better way to do it, but I'm going to duplicate it and make the release on it real short. A little bit more than that, but not by too much, because I think we want it to stand. Yeah, we want it to be sort of quick. Where are her vocals at?
It's me.
Could do some fun editing here. right? But I think we're going to save little vocal snippets for another time because I'm getting pretty tired. And yeah, we're just about at the end here. So let's listen through it one more time with everything.
It's me.
Cool. That's going to work. I think we're going to call it there. So as always, I am streaming every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. unless that changes. For now, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Thank you for joining in, and hopefully you'll hear this finished track on Instagram and TikTok and whatever in the next couple days. So